Ladies, let's be real. There's something raw and powerful about the act of sex that goes beyond just pleasure. Today, I want to dive into a topic that's bold, intimate, and unapologetically sexual. Why so many women find deep satisfaction in holding your cum in their mouth after sex. This isn't about taboos or shame. It's about understanding desire, control, and connection in a way that feels real, honest, and even empowering. Sexual pleasure is as much mental as it is physical. When a woman decides to take and hold your cum in her mouth, she's embracing a moment of dominance and control while also exploring her own erotic curiosity. It's a blend of desire and confidence that can turn a simple sexual act into a charged exchange of power. Women are drawn to the intensity of this experience because it's not just about the act itself, it's about feeling potent, seductive, and fully present in the sexual moment. There's also a psychological element here. For some women, holding your cum is a way to savor the aftermath of passion. It's a lingering taste, a symbol of conquest, and a physical reminder of the pleasure shared. It engages senses that most sexual encounters don't: taste, texture, and anticipation, all while reinforcing a sense of control that is both thrilling and erotic. Women aren't just participating, they're orchestrating a part of the sexual experience that keeps desire alive even after the climax. From a sexual health perspective, this act can also reinforce communication and boundaries. Women who are open to exploring this are often more attuned to their own desires and yours. They understand the power of consent and the intimacy that comes from mutual pleasure. It's a sexy reminder that sexual exploration is healthy when it's consensual, confident, and intentional. This isn't just a fantasy, it's a form of sexual education that empowers both partners to understand what excites them and what turns them on in a deeply personal way. And let's not overlook the erotic confidence it builds. Women who engage in this act openly are often exploring their own sexuality without shame. They're celebrating the raw, unapologetic side of desire and pleasure. For many, it's not just about the taste. It's about embracing the erotic energy and control that comes with holding on to something so potent and symbolic. It's a way to own their sexuality in a world that often tells them to hide it. So here's the takeaway. Sexual exploration is about curiosity, confidence, and communication. When women engage in acts like holding your cum in their mouth after sex, it's not just a sexual act, it's a statement. It's a bold embrace of desire, an expression of control, and a way to deepen sexual awareness. Understanding this can transform how you experience sexual pleasure together, making it more exciting, empowering, and electric. If you want to elevate your sexual experiences and fully embrace the intensity of desire, don't shy away from these conversations. Explore, communicate, and celebrate your sexuality without fear. Take action today by understanding what excites you, respecting boundaries, and leaning into moments that feel erotic and alive. Your sexual life can be more thrilling than you ever imagined. It just takes awareness, courage, and a willingness to experience desire fully. When a woman decides to hold your cum after sex, it's more than a simple act, it's a declaration of control that taps into deep sexual instincts. There's something undeniably erotic about the ability to take a moment that is usually fleeting and make it hers, to hold it, to savor it, and to let it symbolize her power in the bedroom. This act gives her a unique position of authority over the sexual energy that was just exchanged. It's not about dominance in a negative sense. It's about presence, confidence, and embracing the erotic moment fully. In a way, she becomes the orchestrator of the pleasure, and that alone can heighten the thrill for both partners. Control in this context is sensual and psychological. She is choosing to keep something that is intensely intimate and deeply personal. That choice is erotic because it signals that she is fully engaged and aware of the moment's intensity. Women who do this are often attuned to the subtle dynamics of sexual energy. They understand how a single act can turn desire into a shared electric experience. It's an assertion that her sexuality is active, not passive, and that she has the confidence to explore and manipulate sexual tension in ways that feel natural and powerful. This creates a dynamic where sexual pleasure is mutual, yet the balance of control shifts in a way that is stimulating and thrilling. There is also a profound element of anticipation involved. Holding your cum is a tangible reminder of the act that just happened, and it carries with it the erotic charge of what is possible next. This moment becomes hers to manipulate, to decide how it will unfold, and to savor the intensity that comes with power. It heightens awareness of both her body and the sexual energy between you, making every touch, every look, and every movement more charged. She is no longer just a participant in sex, she is an active force shaping the erotic narrative. The erotic power of this act also builds confidence in ways that are unique to sexual experiences. Women who embrace this level of control are sending a clear message to themselves and their partners. I am confident in my desires, I am capable of navigating intense sexual moments, and I am not afraid to explore what excites me. It's a heady combination of authority, eroticism, and intimacy that few other acts can match, and it deepens the sexual connection in ways that feel thrilling, unapologetic, and profoundly human. Holding your cum allows women to extend the sexual experience in a way that goes far beyond the physical climax. Most sexual encounters end when one or both partners reach orgasm, but for a woman who chooses to hold your cum, the pleasure doesn't stop there. The act itself transforms the aftermath into a lingering charged moment. Every taste, every texture, and every thought of what just occurred keeps the erotic energy alive. It becomes a way to savor not only the physical sensation, but also the connection, intensity, and excitement that built up during sex. This extension of pleasure adds a new layer of erotic awareness that few other acts can create. There's also a psychological dimension to this lingering experience. When she holds your cum, she is engaging in an intimate form of reflection. It's a way to replay the act, relive the sensations, and deepen the memory of sexual intensity. This creates anticipation and heightens desire, not just for the current moment, but for the moments that follow. The act signals that she is in tune with the sexual energy and fully present, aware of the power and intimacy that flows between you. It's a subtle form of erotic communication, where the physical act becomes a message of confidence, curiosity, and passion. Another element that makes this act so compelling is its tactile and sensory richness. Taste and texture create a heightened awareness that transforms what could be a simple afterglow into an active erotic experience. Every moment she holds it, she is fully engaged in her senses, exploring a part of the sexual act that is often overlooked. It turns the aftermath of climax into something she can control, savor, and use to enhance the sexual energy in the room. That control over sensation and experience gives the act a depth of eroticism that keeps desire alive in a very tangible way. Finally, the lingering pleasure also strengthens her confidence and comfort with her own sexuality. Women who explore this act openly demonstrate a willingness to embrace every facet of sexual experience without shame or hesitation. It's a form of empowerment that comes from fully inhabiting a moment of raw eroticism. She is not only experiencing pleasure, but also asserting her agency and control, making the sexual encounter richer, more vivid, and more memorable. The aftermath of sex becomes a playground of sensation and desire, where erotic energy continues to flow in ways that feel intensely real, personal, and deeply satisfying. Here sits a full human style, 400-word expansion of Key Point 3, written in the same expert conversational tone. The psychological arousal that comes from holding your cum is a key part of what makes the act so intensely erotic. It's not just about taste or texture, it's about the anticipation and awareness that this moment carries. Knowing she has something intimate and potent in her mouth creates a mental stimulation that heightens desire and confidence simultaneously. This act engages the mind as much as the body, turning a simple sexual gesture into an experience that excites, challenges, and empowers her. It's an intimate form of mental play where awareness of control and sensation mixes with curiosity to create a heady erotic energy. Anticipation is a major part of this mental arousal. When she holds your cum, she knows the act itself carries significance and weight. Every second she lingers with it heightens her awareness of what just happened and what could happen next. That sense of anticipation intensifies the erotic charge, making the sexual energy between partners more vivid and electric. It's a subtle but powerful way to prolong excitement and keep desire active even after the physical act of sex has ended. For women who enjoy this, the mental thrill is as important as the physical, and it deepens both her pleasure and her confidence. The act also taps into a sense of erotic curiosity. Women who hold your cum are exploring not just the sensation itself, but their own sexual boundaries and desires. It becomes a form of self-education, allowing them to connect with their erotic instincts and embrace the power of their own pleasure. The mind becomes a key player in this experience, where every thought, every lingering taste, and every second of control feeds into a larger sense of sexual empowerment. She is actively participating in the creation of desire rather than passively experiencing it, and that engagement intensifies the overall pleasure. Finally, psychological arousal in this act strengthens sexual intimacy and communication. The awareness of control and the anticipation it creates encourages both partners to be present and attentive. It fosters a sexual confidence that is felt physically, mentally, and emotionally. Women who engage in this act often feel more connected to their own desires and to the sexual energy they share. It's a dynamic interplay between mind and body, control and surrender, that creates an erotic experience far richer than sex alone. Holding your cum becomes more than a gesture. It's a deeply sexual, mentally stimulating, and empowering act that transforms how desire is felt, remembered, and expressed. Women who choose to hold your cum openly are making a bold statement about their sexual confidence. This act is not just physical, it's a demonstration of comfort with desire and a fearless embrace of erotic power. Owning this moment shows that she understands her sexuality and feels free to explore it without hesitation or shame. It signals to herself and to her partner that she is in control of her pleasure, aware of her boundaries, and willing to fully inhabit the sexual experience. This kind of confidence is deeply attractive and can transform a sexual encounter from ordinary to intensely charged. The confidence it builds comes from the knowledge that she is actively participating in a moment of intimacy that is both symbolic and visceral. Holding cum is a choice that asserts her agency, turning a traditionally passive act into one where she leads the sexual narrative. By embracing this level of control, she shows that she is comfortable navigating erotic situations, making decisions that amplify excitement and deepen sexual satisfaction. That assurance is palpable, and it enhances not only her experience, but also the energy and connection shared with her partner. This act also communicates a fearless approach to sexual exploration. Women who engage in it are demonstrating that they are unafraid to explore what turns them on, experiment with new sensations, and fully engage their erotic instincts. It is a declaration of self-awareness, a clear sign that she values her pleasure as much as the pleasure of her partner. This level of sexual maturity allows for a more dynamic, adventurous, and fulfilling sexual connection, where both partners can feel fully seen, desired, and stimulated. Moreover, this confidence creates a magnetic sexual presence. When a woman embraces acts like holding cum, it sends a signal of boldness and erotic intelligence. It tells her partner that she is comfortable with her sexuality, enjoys exploring boundaries, and understands the thrill of erotic power. This self-assured energy is contagious, raising the intensity of the sexual experience for both parties. It turns an intimate moment into something electric, where confidence and desire feed each other, creating a sexual dynamic that feels exciting, empowering, and unforgettable. Holding your cum engages multiple senses at once, making the experience far more intense than most sexual acts. Taste, smell, and sight combine to create a vivid and memorable encounter. When a woman takes the time to savor the moment, she is fully immersing herself in the physical and erotic sensations, hiding her own pleasure while also amplifying the sexual energy between partners. This multi-sensory awareness allows her to be completely present, turning what could be a fleeting moment into a rich, unforgettable experience. The combination of senses makes the act feel indulgent, intimate, and highly erotic. The tactile aspect also plays a significant role. Feeling, holding, and controlling this intimate part of sex allows her to explore the texture and warmth, deepening the connection to the sexual energy shared. Every subtle movement and nuance of touch becomes meaningful, reinforcing her awareness of the act and its erotic potential. This engagement with the senses is not just physical, it's a form of erotic mindfulness, where every sense is focused on pleasure, control, and desire. That heightened sensory experience can make the sexual encounter feel longer, more intense, and more satisfying. Visual stimulation is another important element. Seeing the result of passion in such a tangible way triggers erotic excitement and reinforces the intensity of the sexual moment. Women who engage in this act are not just participating, they are studying, savoring, and celebrating the erotic outcome. This visual reinforcement strengthens the connection between mind and body, creating a feedback loop of desire, confidence, and anticipation. It makes the sexual energy linger, leaving both partners more aroused and engaged even after the act itself has ended. Finally, the sensory engagement strengthens erotic memory and anticipation for future encounters. The combination of taste, texture, and visual intensity creates a deep imprint in her mind, making sexual experiences more vivid and memorable. Women who embrace this act often find that it enhances their own sexual awareness, confidence, and pleasure. It's a powerful reminder that sex is not just about the climax, but about fully inhabiting the experience, celebrating eroticism through every sense, and using sensory engagement to deepen connection, desire, and erotic intensity. Engaging in acts like holding your cum encourages open communication and a deeper understanding of sexual boundaries and desires. Women who are comfortable exploring this act are often more attuned to their own bodies and what excites them. That awareness allows them to communicate more confidently and clearly with their partner, creating a sexual environment built on trust and mutual respect. It's not just about the physical act, it's about understanding each other's desires, exploring limits safely, and building a connection that is both erotic and emotionally intelligent. This level of awareness transforms the sexual experience into something far richer and more fulfilling. Mutual sexual education comes naturally through these explorations. When a woman chooses to hold your cum, it opens a dialogue about what is pleasurable, what feels good, and what boundaries exist. This kind of communication fosters a sense of trust and connection, allowing both partners to feel safe while exploring erotic experiences. It teaches her and her partner how to heighten pleasure, respect consent, and navigate intimate moments in ways that feel exciting, satisfying, and mutually gratifying. The act itself becomes a lesson in sexual empowerment, encouraging both partners to embrace their desires openly. There's also a feedback loop that strengthens the sexual connection. By exploring acts that are sensual, intimate, and slightly taboo, both partners learn what excites them and each other. This builds anticipation for future encounters and encourages a playful, curious approach to sex. Women who engage in this act often feel more confident expressing desires, asking for what they want, and responding to erotic signals. That dynamic of mutual exploration fosters a sexual environment where pleasure is prioritized, boundaries are respected, and desire is actively nurtured. Finally, sexual awareness and education through this act empower women to fully embrace their erotic instincts. It's not simply about holding cum, it's about understanding how sexual energy flows, how intimacy can be heightened, and how desire can be amplified through conscious exploration. This kind of sexual confidence creates a more electric connection, intensifies pleasure, and encourages both partners to engage fully in the moment. By actively participating, communicating desires, and respecting boundaries, women can experience deeper sexual satisfaction, stronger erotic connections, and a heightened sense of personal empowerment that transforms each encounter into something unforgettable.